This is a presentation of RVT Entertainment.
Quiet on the set, please! Silence! Silence!
I knew you'd come. I'm not finished with you!
I am the cream, the cream of the crop.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is your main event of the evening.
Because we don't just set the bar, we are the bar.
Hey, what the fuck is Brock Lesnar doing on UFC? Wrong goddamn show, Brock! God fucking damn it! Oh, that's a fucking record.
Starting off. Wow, that's gotta be a new record for you, Rage, quitting wrestling.
God damn it. Yeah, that's a record. Hey, hi, hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Wrestle-Cast, presented by RVT Entertainment on thebrokeninfinite.com, Podomatic.com, iTunes, podcasting places, and live on Twitch.tv's official RVT Entertainment. Let me try that again. RVT Entertainment's official Twitch.tv channel. We talk about professional wrestling, both in the mainstream and the independent scene. And fuck Brock Lesnar. Story at a few minutes from now. My name's Matty, that is TWK.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. I'm back.
Yay! And I will tell you right off the bat, good sir, you have excellent choice in Canadian coffee and donuts.
Yeah, I went. Yeah, if those who know, when I was in Michigan, I went to Tim Hortons, and when I went there, I got a drink, Coke, and I got a hoagie, which is a lot smaller than I was expecting.
Yeah, Tim Hortons don't exactly go into hoagies. They have rolls and sandwiches. Still pretty good.
Not bad,
What kind, out of curiosity?
Steak and cheese.
Not a bad choice. Not a bad
That's my
choice.
usual go. You know, when it comes to sandwiches, that's always my go-to, steak and cheese. And I'm gonna be honest, not as good as Wawa's, which I just had today. I just had that like an hour before we went live. I had myself a Wawa steak and cheese hoagie, best on the planet.
Hey.
Well, it is Hoagie Fest.
Yeah. Here's one thing I will never argue is local stuff. Local stuff is your best. Also, I will tell you right now, the steak and cheese at Tim Hortons, not the best. Ham and cheese, on the other hand, I will put up against anybody. But that's another story for another day. You might have a third voice, and you saw the Twitter gimmick up there. We got a third man in this. For God's sakes, Mattis, please, 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 do not make this 3 hours long.
Okay, two things. First of all, welcome everybody to the Rage-Cast, as tonight will be known. Two, okay, every time it has gone over 3 hours, it was never just my fault. Tito was also partly responsible for those.
Lies! Lies and slander!
I'm with the troll over here, there, bud.
You know it's
To be
true.
fair, you feed him, and your mouth feeds him more.
We like to call it, Matty, the circle of life.
Yeah, and you
The
keep
circle jerk of life?
you keep traveling it like it's a roundabout, and you have no idea where the fuck you're going. like one of those Parisian roundabouts where there's like 5 zillion lanes.
Well, Tito's right there with me on it, so...
Hey, the reason I bring it up, because usually I'm fine with just going all night, because well, what the fuck, I ain't got nothing to do, but tomorrow, but I'm going to a convention tomorrow. I'm going to G Anime. I'm cosplaying as Hunk from Voltron Legendary Defender, and I would prefer my sleep just a little bit, just a tad. So we shall move on.
This is why I sleep before the show.
Yeah, you get to sleep. I still have to work and do adult shit.
I do adult shit too.
Nevertheless,
Think I don't have a job?
guys, we have a
My
lot to get
job at
to.
home.
We have a lot to get to.
Let's
First
get
segment,
to
we're-
it.
Segment
Folks,
one.
yeah, first segment we got the news. Second one we have emails and comments. And our third, our preview of WWE Extreme Rules. And don't worry, folks. G1 special in San Francisco will be a part of it. We will talk about the wrestling, not Monday Night Goddamn Raw. Fuck that show. Fuck it long. Fuck it hard. Okay, so Hairball agreed. We'll inevitably agree with Mattis Leonhart. His first thing on the chat, fuck you, Jay White.
What a hatter.
Wow.
See?
Hairball, tell us how you really feel. Anyway, skip of the week time. You, of course, emails, comments, winners, and losers. You know it. If this is your jumping on point, seriously, first off, welcome to the madness. Welcome to the jungle. We have fun and games. And two,
With madness, so yeah.
yes, sir. Don't get me started. We just turned everybody into WWF superstars for Power Rangers. Yes, sir. You probably listened to the show last week. Yeah. That being said, our clip of the week would have originally been Bullet Club fucking dying.
Why is it not?
Because, god damn it, that's something to listen. That's just something to watch. And to be fair, Jim Ross did have a decent call on that, which again, wrong clock being right twice a day. We'll get to that.
Well, considering his ribs at the time.
Yeah, considering his ribs at the time, I think there's a little bit of leeway in the semi and main events. But that being said, it would have been whatever the fuck Monday was, but nothing's usable there. Tuesday was a little better. And then there's this asshole called Brock Lesnar. He showed up. He finally emerged. Wrong
UFC.
fucking company. Ladies and gentlemen, I give you the new undisputed UFC heavyweight champion who leads us off, DC Daniel Cormier. By the way, great congratulations, by the way, on that huge first round knockout victory. I saw that matchup. God damn, that was a good knockout. That being said, ladies and gentlemen, to lead us off, Daniel Cormier. Take a listen.
Listen to DC. There's a guy that I've known for a long time. He's a wrestler. He's an All-American. He's a former UFC champion. I never thought I would fight him, but Brock Lesnar, get your ass in here.
What does this all mean to you, Brock? Let me tell you something. I walked into this building and watched the heavyweight disasters from the beginning. Nagano's a piece of shit. Miocic's a piece of shit. DC, I'm coming for you, motherfucker!
For those wondering why Brock Lesnar does not cut promos, because he's still stuck in 2003 in the head.
Wait a minute, that was Lesnar at the end?
That was Brock Lesnar, yeah.
I was thinking, when did a little girl get into the ring?
Oh.
And
he does cut good promos. It just, every time he tries to cut a good promo, you need to use the 7-second delay.
That he sounds like a fucking pussy, but you know.
You know what? Here's the thing. So did Mike Tyson, and they both knocked people the fuck out.
No, Mike Tyson never sounded like a pussy. He just said it in a very high voice.
So did Brock Lesnar.
I'm the best fighter in the world. I'll punch your nose off.
You know what the difference between...
I'll make your back broken.
You know what the difference between Tyson and Lesnar is? Tyson can actually back his shit up, and he actually never stood anybody up. So...
you know what? In fairness, he's not wrong. So that was UFC. That was UFC 222, if I'm not mistaken. From someplace in Las Vegas, T-Mobile Arena, home of the Stanley Cup losing Golden Knights. How you doing?
Really?
You know what? If it's the only time I get to put a dig into Las Vegas, I'm gonna get it. Okay, I'm gonna put it in there.
What do you hate Las Vegas for?
Because if I don't, someone's gonna tell me I'm a Las Vegas fucker. I don't know. Can I just get the one joke in without being asked why you need to put the joke in?
No, you said you're the one who wants to put the dig into Vegas, and we want to know why you want to put the dig into Vegas.
We don't need a reason to put a joke. It's a fucking joke.
I know it's a joke, but you made it seem like you had a vendetta.
I don't have a vendetta. Dude, how long have you known me?
Anyways, Evan Hunter Gale, UFC 222 indicates that's a 222 pay-per-view, which means they've been doing them for 222 months.
Or times, depending, because there was a point where they couldn't do twice a month for, like, a very short period of time.
That's true. It's just 222 events.
It was just like UFC and then UFC 2 and UFC 3. They did the sequel thing, and they decided to not drop the number. I guess good luck, charm, I get to it. I don't know. One of those
also,
things.
hello, Devil.
Hey! Hello.
No, Evan, I won't let Matty have his fun. I am the anti-fun police.
Bullshit. Bullshit. You're part of the... You're the kind of guy that likes to have fun.
I don't like to have fun.
Ah! All right, let's get to the news. And obviously, Brock Lesnar showed up and broke a fucking camera. By the way, you see that noise you heard right before Enter Sandman hit. Yeah, he cracked the fucking lens. And not surprisingly, Brock Lesnar hated in two sports. He's a two-sport heel, everybody.
Well, he's always been a heel in UFC.
True. So any MMA fans that say, how do you fuckers like Brock Lesnar? No. Not anymore.
Really,
anyway.
UFC fans are asking why we like they realize we never liked them in the first place, right?
No.
I used to, but then
we liked him for for a hot cup of coffee and name a year, but yeah.
Like that one point where he was a face. That was it.
And that one point where you're just suplexing dumb motherfuckers left and right, and then it got old. But we're getting ahead of ourselves here. Let's just get to the news, and obviously let's start with UFC. We talked about that. He showed up, and of course WWE did not capitalize. So good job, WWE. Way to fuck up your ratings. But then again, no one would have noticed. They had their worst ratings ever.
According to reports from like the Wrestling Observer and others,
I've read those reports. Yes.
The reason they didn't mention it is because they got a pay-per-view to plug, and they had a pay-per-view to plug, and Brock Lesnar weren't going to be in part of that pay-per-view, so. But also, they want to seem like he's actually walking out and dropping the title.
And yet, they mentioned it on YouTube when they did the WWE Now gimmick. In fairness, it was yesterday. It was yesterday, though. So.
Like name drops Kenny Omega. So.
It's their way of acknowledging things that they will not acknowledge full canon. I think this is like side canon or something like that.
Exactly.
And Evan Hunter Gill, I have honestly never heard of that YouTuber. What is their gimmick? What's their deal? What's their shtick?
G1 special San Francisco. We're not going to do a full card review because we have a lot to get to tonight. As you have found out, we were originally going to go, let's talk Brock Lesnar, then let's talk G1 and whatever news is on the side. And then the side news decided to be the main plate for the main entree for some fucking reason. I will say this. The top 3 championship matches, the junior heavyweight, the U.S. title, and the main event, heavyweight title. Awesome. All 3 of them. We do have to start with a little bit of unfortunate news. The commentary is unfortunately still slightly shit.
Unfortunately, and the production is still off.
It's still off. I think the camera production, like the camera shots and the cuts, are a little better than compared to the first one in of this year, the Strong Style Evolved event. It's not always there, but you can tell that they actually brought in some crew people from actual New Japan, and they spruced, they classed up the joint a little bit. But Access TV still having trouble with nameplates.
Oh yeah.
That's Access TV, unfortunately.
Also, commentators still talk over the ring announcing, which annoys me.
That's seriously an issue. But then again, you listen to the Japanese announcers; they talk to over the ring announcing as well. So, I guess it's a preference for me and for you and I, T-Dub. I think it's obvious. We like it when Kevin and Don shut up when the ring announcing happens. I think that's just obvious.
Yeah, like I brought up before, but sometimes Kevin or Don will be in the middle of a point, but then they'll stop, ring announce, and then they'll continue their points.
Yeah.
It's not a big deal to me.
I mean, it's not the biggest deal. I think it's a style preference.
But I do agree with the whole production issue.
Yeah.
My issue is why hasn't New Japan crews been brought over fully and been doing this?
I think it's because Access TV still had to have their hand in the pie. That would be my guess.
They can do it in the back.
True, but again, this is probably a contract thing.
Yeah, well, it sucks. So
hey, no. I'm not arguing that. It fucking sucks, but it's like, is it in our control? No. It's bullshit, but it's not the bullshit we can control.
Yeah, this is just a thing that Access wants to do. They want to say, hey, look at our production. Aren't we so fancy-pantsy?
While WWE is looking at them and laughing.
Yeah. But thankfully, I mean, you say the wrestling was I'd like to think it's more of a production issue than a in-ring issue, because the wrestling was still pretty fucking good.
I never said the wrestling was I said matches were good. I just said they weren't crisp, and that movement was sloppy throughout the ring. You can still have a good match, but it be sloppy.
You know what? I think sloppiness and production value to go hand in hand. It could look crisp from a better production quality. Then again, why would I argue the sloppiness when Hiromu Takahashi's poor damn fool neck is still broken?
Well, it's not broken. He is able to walk around.
He's still around, but he definitely fucked it up.
Well, first of all, I mean, the balls on that motherfucker. Like, give that person a round of applause. Like, to finish the match.
I will tell you right now, he is a winner automatic for finishing the match.
Just for that.
With a possible stinger.
Like, if this was in WWE, WWE
they would have been in the right to stop the whole fucking thing and say, he's fucked up, we're done.
Yeah.
And they would have been in the right. And they would have been in the right. And we would have heard about it. We would have been slightly pissed, but we would have been fair enough.
And with that, first fuck rant of the evening, fuck you to the wrestling fans who immediately got on Twitter and started attacking each other for whatever point the other side was going to make. the WWE fans and the independent wrestling fans automatically attacking each other over this incident. Fuck all of you for taking sides.
Tyson Kidd. So Tyson Kidd doesn't count. That's my argument there.
The one thing I know is that Dragon Lee's suplex that he did here is usually pretty safe, but obviously
is,
I get the feeling Hiromu just slightly under rotated.
I think it may have been a combination of that and Lee.
Slipped.
Yeah,
and the fact that Lee, wrestling his 4th match in 24 hours, probably a little bit of fatigue.
Whoa!
And he
4th
slipped
match in
because he
24
usually
hours?
bridges back.
What's that, Matty?
4th match? Okay, explain.
Well, the previous night he wrestled 3 matches for a tournament, then went over to New Japan here in San Francisco to wrestle this match would be his 4th. So fatigue may have been a reason why he slipped.
But yeah, and like I say, he slipped, and usually when he does that, he bridges it. So he slipped, so he under-rotated Hiromu. And obviously it was an accident. What I was getting at, though, Matty, is that I looked on Twitter, and people were viciously attacking people if anybody, if anybody says that, tries to use this to say that WWE is a safer style, fuck, I'm blocking and fuck them, and they can fight me. And then the other side was saying the same thing. And it's can't y'all just say we wish Hiromu the best? Can the internet not have a day without fucking drama? Fuck all of you motherfuckers.
I mean, here's the thing. All things considered, both companies have been relatively safe.
Oh, absolutely.
There's this one thing called the 1 in a million freak accident.
Exactly.
And that's what it was.
I agree with you, and that's my point. Everybody's starting drama for no fucking reason.
Mattis, welcome to fandoms. They suck.
I know it's the fandom. I'm still allowed to say fuck the fandom. If we don't say fuck the fandom when they deserve it,
Well, you know what? We'll call bullshit on the fandom, and then we move on. How's that?
I would like to make one point. Go
ahead.
It's the fact that, in my opinion, WWE has the less safe work style than New Japan because they have more injuries.
They have more injuries, and they do work far more often than what New Japan usually does.
Yeah,
however, they've done everything they can to try to mitigate the accidents. They still happen, and there's still injuries, and that's what happens when you overwork your crew. But at the same time, generally speaking, both are relatively safe. Relatively. It's just pro wrestling. It's not ballet.
And if something like what happened on the G1 happened in WWE, as they said, they would rightly stop it.
There would have been a even bigger shitstorm.
There would have been a bigger shitstorm.
There would have been a bigger shitstorm.
Stop the match.
Yeah. They would have stopped the match, and then, oh shit, he broke his neck, and then the shitstorm, and then the fire would get even bigger and bigger and better.
Of course, obviously.
Anyways, I guess the next controversy we have to move on to is the supposed controversy surrounding a spot involving Jay White and Juice Robinson.
Yeah, for those who did not watch, both men were fighting for the U.S. title. By the way, a huge congratulations to Juice Robinson, who is the U.S. champ, first American to actually win the belt, ironically. But we'll not discuss that. Congratulations to Juice Robinson. He has earned it and deserves it.
Oh, that was and it was one hell of a match. And to me, with this match, Jay White earns heel of the night because he was the person to get the most amount of heel heat the entire show.
Oh, he did. He earned his heel heat. And he definitely got some more heel heat thanks to Josh Barnett. Here's the spot. They're outside, and Jay White's about to do a suplex. He does a suplex. Right where the guardrail is for the commentary crew. The suplex happens. The feet knocked into the guardrail, which, to be fair, was not properly secured in the first place. Knocks into the commentary table, which unfortunately knocks Jim Ross down. Now, what happens is a shoot. It actually happened. It was not a part of the script. It was not a work. Josh Barnett on microphone says, "Oh, you done fucked up now." Throws the mic down, goes after Jay White. Of course, the referee goes, "No, no, 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 no." And Jay White being a heel, starts starts the rope-a-doping, starts goading him in because
smart of Jay White.
Which he's going after, going, okay, heel heat, get the heat, give me the heat, more heat. And of course, he gets calmed down. Josh Barnett gets it, and the commentary, for better or worse, actually gets more passionate, to say the least. And things happen. Now, you wanted to do a rant, and we said, "Oh, you're going to blame Jay White? What were you going to do?"
Give me 1 minute.
Yeah.
So I'm going to blame Jay White, the Access production crew, the New Japan production crew, whoever decided on those railings, the unprofessionalism to secure the railings, the unprofessionalism to have the professionalism to let them know, hey, we're possibly going to do this spot. It may hit the table just so you know it's coming. So maybe JR, who, at his age can be very fragile because obviously he now has bruised ribs and possibly got pneumonia from it, and he couldn't make 2 dates that he was, which is money out of his pocket now, could have warned him so he could have, protected himself. Because of all that, all involved gets a huge fuck you for the lack of unprofessionalism.
I will argue that in any other wrestling promotion, the two would have stood up, picked up their microphone gimmicks, and moved just slightly to make sure they are safe from the action. I see something near me, I stand the fuck up, I get out of the fucking way. That's just a self-preservation, and most of the time in wrestling there's usually someone, or at least someone over there, hey, you might want to move. I'm not saying you're wrong, but here's the thing. New Japan is still in the stringent case of kayfabe. Kayfabe upheld, period.
Yeah, but what would happen if the
kayfabe, even from the announcers.
But what would have happened if JR's injury was worse?
Then Jim Ross would have been in the right to sue New Japan. But again, this is one of those things where if you sit ringside, you're responsible for yourself. I'm not saying you're wrong. I'm just saying New Japan has one of those things where you sit ringside, you're responsible for your own health. You see someone go that way, and the security tells you, "Hey, move," you fucking move.
Did security tell them to move, though?
That's the question.
There was nobody telling them to move.
I have to wonder why that is. Why didn't security tell them to move? Because usually, security goes up to the announcer and say, hey, it looks like they're about to do a spot. You might want to get out of the way.
I watched it today. There was nobody telling them they were going to possibly do that spot.
I have no idea why
And this also goes to why I'm also talking about the crew, because if you look at where their announce station was, it was in a very closed-off area. So even if maybe if they knew, they would have set something up, but even if they had an inkling, there was really no place for them to move to.
There wasn't?
Really, no. If you look at the way that announce table was, it was very packed in this little corner, and it was real, especially with JR and his movement. He wasn't going to be moving fast enough to, if they even got an inkling in a split second.
Yeah, usually with New Japan, they give, an entire, whole row for all their production crew.
Yeah.
They have a whole row, and they usually have the announcer every time there's movement, even ringside. They say, please, and of course in Japanese, they would go, move out of the way, please stay away from the action. Please be safe. So for me, it's yes, there is a big fuck up here, but I think there's a case of everyone here is at fault, not just one particular party.
Everybody, not just Jay White.
No, here's the thing, though. You say that it's everyone fucked up. Okay, fine, fair enough. But here's the thing: you're ringside. You're responsible for your own body. There's this disclaimer at any wrestling show, and they even say that at the recent C4 show that I said, the announcer clearly stated, if there's action, if there's stuff that's about to fly, move out of the way. So Again, you're not wrong. I'm just saying you're not entirely right either.
What does the chat say?
The chat's not saying anything of this except for Herbal, who's saying that Jarrett's apparently at high risk for pneumonia.
Which, to be fair, he is.
By the way, I'd like to interrupt this by saying, holy shit, congratulations to Zach de Gregorio.
Zach de
Because
Gregorio.
she just got her first voice acting gig.
Hey! Awesome.
So I thought I'll just interrupt this to deliver some good news.
All right, so
Moving on.
Moving on to
Main
the main
event
event where
time.
all the shit
Kenny
got
and
real.
yeah, main event time. Kenny Omega, he retains. He does the speech. He's at the end of the ramp. Everyone poses. The Tongans come out, and Haku looks more pissed off than usual. Oh shit! Pearl Harbor.
Yeah, and right beforehand, you could actually see Nick having like a premonition in his mind right before it happened.
For those who don't know what we're talking about, watch Being the Elite. Character work. God damn.
Oh, yeah, just
the character
absolute
work.
great character work.
Oh. The beatdown happens, and everyone tries to break it up. What the fuck?
Hold on. Yes? Uh-huh. That's just me from the past. Because I fucking called it!
You know, you could have told me to hit the popo button.
I wanted to do like a little surprise thing.
Fair enough. Fair enough. But for the sake of completion, T-Dub did indeed. T-Dub and Mildred the Monk. This one's for you as well.
Called it.
He called it as well. Tama
I said for months.
For months. Both of you for
months.
months.
Yeah, for months I said that Tom was going to turn on Kenny. I called that. Holy shit.
How? You must be feeling good and slightly sad that Bizcliz is dead.
Nostra T-Up strikes again. I said, Jimmy would become champion. He becomes champion. I said, Tama turns on Kenny. He turned on Kenny.
All right. What else you calling now? You got to call something now.
No, it has to be organic.
Fair enough, but
Well, I just want to say, I mean, I didn't call it, so props to T-Dub and Mumbles for calling it.
Mildred the Monk.
Mildred the Monk, sorry, for calling it.
Yeah.
But at the same time, like, how did nobody know that's where it wasn't going? Like, in particular, like, when it was in that Being the Elite episode where they were, like, was it Kenny who was, like, giving the speech to the Samoan crew in their locker room? And, like, we're all fine and cool here, right?
Bullet Club is fine. But no, it's like, for those wondering, here's a spot, everything else. Cody comes in there. The Tongans give him the chair. Cody smiles. Swings it at Tama. He gets blocked by Haku. And the chairs happen. So pretty much everyone that is, well, white has been kicked out, essentially. I mean, I don't know. How else do I call this?
Yujiro also got kicked out. Don't forget Yujiro.
Yujiro got kicked out. Basically, who's left is in the Tongan side of Bullet Club. I think I don't know what else to call it. They haven't called anything yet. Is Tama,
Firing Squad.
Tonga, the Firing Squad. So it's Tama, Tonga, Tongaloa, Haku, Bagdad Fale, apparently, and Taiji Ishimori. Everybody else, fire! And of course, I love what they did at the very end of Being the Elite. Cody comes in, sits down at family dinner. So,
By the way,
how do we make these motherfuckers pay? And what the hell is Haku's problem? Because end on the joke.
How do we know that Taiji
Taiji Ishimori, yeah. Because he was brought in by Tama.
Yeah, I just realized that.
Yeah.
But, like, how do we know that Bad Luck Fale is with them?
Because he's Tonkin.
Oh, okay.
And he's also related.
Related. I mean, it makes sense.
Yeah. But my prediction is that I believe this is all going to be a swerve by Cody.
No.
Cody is really with them, and it's a swerve to get him control of the Bullet Club.
No.
That would be such a WWE move.
That's a WWE move, and I don't see New Japan pull that shit. Honestly.
But we'll see. But if it happens, remember I called it.
You're not Nostra T-Dub.
Yes. That is true. Also, Mike Shell, now you know how I felt when I called Vampiro and Lucha Underground T-Dub.
Yep.
Yeah. Okay, so that happened, and let's see. Anything else big happen? I think we could Impact. That happened. I think we could pretty much skip that this week.
Here's all my news right here. First off, for the first time in almost 100 years, a non-WWE show is happening at Madison Square Garden. Is Ring of Honor New Japan G1 Supercard this April, or next April, I should say.
WrestleMania weekend. I think someone lawyered up saying, "Hey, is WWE running the building?" No. Then give us the fucking building, shithead. Okay. Vince said, "Well, fuck you, asshole." Oh, sorry, boss. You want to run the building WrestleMania weekend? Well, point exactly. The building goes to Ring of Honor.
Well, there's actually a lot of funny things to go. One, you have to understand why WWE isn't running the building anymore, or at least only in live shows, and that's because of the deterioration of sort of electronic ability in the building.
For the most part, it's just renting the building. It's just too expensive.
Yeah, but
that's just a general reason.
But again, as somebody who's in the New York area, that's partly due to the owner of the Garden, who's also the owner of the Knicks, who is an asshole who everybody hates, but gee, what a shock. There's a billionaire in New York that everybody hates, but they can't get rid of him. Sounds brilliant.
I know, right?
Yeah. But he owns the Knicks and he owns the Garden. I don't know if he owns the Rangers, but he's very notorious for his cheapskateness and kicking and tons of other stuff. And so that's in part to why they don't really run the Garden for Raw or for pay-per-views anymore. So both sides, I don't blame. WWE was trying to protect still what they saw as sort of their building. They tried, they failed. Congrats to Ring of Honor. It's going to be very interesting because I think you're going to see the battle between Ring of Honor and WWE, and I should say Ring of Honor
and New Japan. Don't forget New Japan, bro.
Yeah, let me throw this in. Ring of Honor and New Japan versus WWE in the form of that show versus NXT TakeOver.
They better have a strong fucking card, because I will tell you right now, I am watching the MSG show.
Well, I could either go to one of those shows and that's the interesting thing for me is, for me to get to the Garden show, I just have to hop on the train at Trenton Transit Station, and it goes right to Penn Station, which is underneath the Garden. To go to the TakeOver show, I didn't have to go from Penn Station and then hop on the number 2 line, which is just a station away, and that goes straight to the Barclays Center.
So basically, you could save yourself a little bit of time and some money, and you're in the Garden watching professional wrestling.
Or I could go to the Barclays Center and watch professional wrestling.
There is no argument. You're going to the Garden, dude.
Well, as long as it doesn't sell out.
Well,
If I have money.
That's also true.
Yeah, you're planning on going to that stadium show they're having the next day.
Well, I don't know now because school
and life. I
did not financial aid.
You gotta go to one of those shows, man. Save yourself some money.
Oh, that's.
I'm if I'm a local, I'd be thinking I'm saving my money now.
Oh,
I am allocating funds to even if it's in the cheap fucking seats. I am witnessing this event.
I'm definitely going to WrestleMania. I definitely want to try to go to WrestleMania, which again.
No, fuck WrestleMania. I'm talking about the MSG show.
By the way,
how often do you get to go to WrestleMania?
Anyway, we got to move on though.
Do you guys want some all-in news?
Sure. I think we're talking about that announced team, right?
Yo, all the broadcasters have been announced. Here's who we have. We have Of course, Don Callis,
Yep.
Ian Riccaboni,
So it's the Ring of Honor and New Japan and Impact sides covered. Excellent idea.
Bobby Cruz,
Ring of
Alicia
Honor, Ring of
Tout.
Honor ring announcer.
Alicia Tout, who's been recently working for Impact.
Awesome.
And some of you may know her as an excellent interviewer who's been interviewing musicians and wrestlers.
Music
For,
blog, yes.
A music blog, yeah.
Yeah. Oh, I thought it was yes.
Sean Mooney,
Shut up, Mooney. Also awesome.
Excalibur,
Because he needs some PWG in there. Good call,
And-
Young Bucks.
and the biggest middle finger to WWE, one of my favorite ring announcers, Justin Roberts.
I think that was in there for precisely that.
Oh, this is everything about this show is stacked, even the announce team.
I mean, you have Riccaboni, Callis, and what was the third name? Goddamn.
Excalibur.
Excalibur. That's your three-man booth. Justin Roberts and Bobby Cruz doing doing some of the matches because fuck yes. Also, if there's a Ring of Honor versus NWA matchup, that's got to be Bobby Cruz doing that particular matchup. You have Alicia too, and Sean Mooney doing the backstage stuff, the promos. That's a hell of a broadcast crew.
I will say this: as long as Kenny remembers not to, hire any child sex offenders again, I'm sure the show.
Hey, at the very least, Kenny's not in charge of hiring people this time. This is all Cody and the Bucks.
Yeah.
So we hopefully shouldn't have to worry about that happening again.
And to
Please?
be fair, he hired the crew, not the. He hired the entire crew, but it was not aware of the two
I
assholes.
know. I think it's a non-issue personally.
It's
I think it's people bitching for no reason.
Yeah.
I think the main reason for that comes from the fact that before Kenny had issued his apology, he was handling it really poorly on Twitter by just lashing out at people, which is not a good PR move.
Understandable when people are, people bring up the issue for really no reason.
It's
by the way,
a minor thing.
something
at
that's
this
tangentially related to All In is the fact that Nick Aldis' next NWA World Title defense will be against Flip Gordon.
Oh, fuck yeah. I actually watched that 10 Pounds of Gold episode the other day, and as soon as he had that look on his face, I said, wait a minute. He played both Cody Rhodes and Knife of Fools. He's facing Flip Gordon. Because my next opponent will be Flip Gordon. I busted a gut laughing. He saw it so perfectly.
I don't want an NWA World Champion to be a flat earther.
Me neither, but it's Flip. It's Flip. They're playing off the book Flip thing.
Yes, they are. And speaking of getting booked on Lucha Underground, I don't think Cortez Castro is going to be booked on that show anymore.
No.
There's been a lot of death this season.
Was he sacrificed to the gods?
Yes, he was.
Matanza?
Yep.
I didn't watch this week's Lucha Underground. I couldn't find it yet.
So who's died so far in Lucha Underground?
Phoenix.
Phoenix, because of grave consequences, and Katrina.
Yeah,
and,
she literally sucked the soul out of him.
Mr. Spectacular and Cortez Castro, yeah.
Let's see, is there anyone else? Of course, on the last season finale, Dario Cueto died.
Yeah.
Well, I know that.
And
No, we're talking about this season, this current season so far.
Well, this current season, yeah, but there's been a bit of death.
Yeah.
And it feels like Matanza is just gonna kill half the roster. He's gonna pull Thanos.
Well, doesn't he have the glove?
No, he does not.
The glove is
full Thanos.
the Gauntlet of the Gods is fucking anywhere right now. We don't know.
Yeah, it was originally
Mascarilla Sagrada?
Hold on, we'll get to that. We'll get to that in Sandy, but it was originally like King Cuerno stole it and held it as a trophy, but then somebody stole it, and we don't know where it is now. So it could be anywhere.
Yes.
The Mac and Son of Havoc won some Aztec medallions
Yeah.
when the Mac pinned Killshot in a triple threat match. So I have that trio. Killshot someone without a medal. Evilise got a medal by beating the shit out of Joey Ryan.
And being the baddest bitch in the building, which is par for the course at this point.
And it looks like Cage was about to beat Mil Muertes for a medal. However, disguised as a fan, Pentagon beat the shit out of Cage.
Yeah, beat the shit out of Cage. Mil Muertes got a medal, but Pentagon went, "Don't worry, you just lost a match, but you get to face me next week, bitch."
Also, Evil Rev says Crane's dead too.
Jeremiah Crane?
Yeah, he lost the Grave Consequences match too, thanks to Evilise.
That's true. That's true. He's been removed. I don't know if dead, but on screen dead. We can confirm Phoenix is on screen dead.
Yeah, and,
at least for now.
And also, Masquerita Sagrada finally led the Rabbit Hole tribe through the Rabbit Hole to meet his master, who turned out to be somebody who's popping up everywhere in wrestling now, Killer Cross.
Because why the fuck not?
This guy's like everywhere, and they're just last year. I'd never even heard of this guy. Now all of a sudden in 2018,
he's
Killer
fucking
Cross is
everywhere.
I'm gonna go to VCW for Liberty Lottery. They're gonna go number 20 in the Liberty Lottery. Entry is Killer Cross. I'm like, motherfucker.
What was he doing before this year?
He's turning into Matt Damon. Shout outs to Shit Tiger Girl for that one.
I don't like before he was on Impact and now Lucha Underground. I've never even heard of this guy. So good on him, I guess.
Yeah.
For building up a good enough reputation to get on these shows. Anyways, he orders the Rabbit Tribe to murder Masquerita Sagrada as a price for him being their leader, and they go along with it and they murder Masquerita Sagrada.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yep, they literally cave his skull in. Moving on over to Impact, we got some more hype for the OGs versus LAX. OGs
why not?
OGs being Homicide and Hernandez, being led by King, and LAX being or Angel Ortiz and Santana, being led by Conan, and also they have Diamante with them. And there's going to be a 51-50 street fight at Slammiversary. Also on this week's Impact, we had the debut of a wrestler I've been meaning to watch for a long time. I'm glad I finally got to see her wrestle now. Shotzi Blackheart. Nice. She cut a promo beforehand backstage with Alicia. I love her energy. Shotzi is amazing. And her match with Allie is short, but god damn it was sweet. Allie, of course, won because she just returned. She needed the win, but they made Shotzi look strong. And Don Callis on commentary says, whoever's running this company really needs to sign Shotzi. She is amazing. I'm like, there you go. You just got approval from the boss. That's how you know you've made it.
That's Don Callis saying, we got you, kid.
So are we going to get to the Super RKO that happened?
Oh, yeah, don't worry.
Yeah, how about that bump?
Oh, yeah. Then we had OVE versus the Lucha Brothers and Rich Swann. And as I said on Twitter, Randy Orton just got out RKO'd.
How the fuck does that happen, by the fuck?
When you got a bunch of flippy dudes, that's how.
And one of those flippy dudes has... Oh, hold on. Let's make sure we actually have that set up correctly. There we go. And one of those flippy dudes has that fucked up haircut.
Yeah, so Rich Swann was going for a flying move, and then I believe it was Dave Chris that catches him with a cutter. Catches him with a cutter on his way down. So Rich jumps off the top rope, and then right after, Dave jumps off the top rope and catches him with a cutter on the way down, and it looks absolutely amazing. And this match is just filled with a whole bunch of spots like that. This is the type of X Division match that I love watching.
Ooh.
And overall, this was just an excellent episode of Impact. So if you ever want to sort of jump back on Impact, this is the episode to watch, in my opinion.
Impact, I'd say, forget the financial stuff and everything else. The wrestling for the last year has been on point.
Yeah, and Slammiversary is usually the best show of the year. when it comes to their pay-per-views. The Slammiversary is usually the one where they just hit it right out of the park, so I'm looking forward to this one. And the show ended this week with Su Yung essentially kidnapping Madison Rayne.
Because why not?
Also, in the last bit of news, we have some updates for the upcoming DLC for Fire Pro Wrestling World, which is going to be a junior heavyweight story mode, which includes the junior heavyweight story mode includes Jushin Thunder Liger, Tiger Mask, 4th Generation, Jado, Will Ospreay, Sho, Yo, Rocky Romero, Beretta, Yujiro Takahashi, and Dragon Lee.
Wait, no Hiromu?
He's already a part of the game.
Ah. Where's Daryl?
I don't think you can put stuffed animals in Fire Pro. At least not size accurate.
Spike Shunsoft? Work on that shit.
And as Mike will point out, yes, there was a massive super kick party to start off the match.
There was. There kind of was. Yeah.
And, that is the news.
Wait, there's actually one more piece of news item that I'm shocked you hadn't say, T-Dub, and it's really sexist of you, because it's the most important news of the week.
Oh, I think I know what you're talking about.
Yes, they've announced the first 6 competitors of the Mae Young Classic.
I think we need to bring up, but the first one was Caitlin Celeste Bonin. Congratulations on coming back.
So
who are the other 5?
The other 5 are recently signed
Io Shirai.
Io Shirai.
Io.
Shirai. Former American Ninja Warrior, who apparently has been impressing people down in NXT, Kasey Catanzaro. I believe I'm saying that. Nicole Matthews, a 12-year ring veteran from Vancouver.
Oh, yeah.
She is half of the Canadian Ninjas with the retired Portia Perez in there.
Jenny, the current UK Progress Women's World Champion. And, I don't see it here. Rhett, I don't see her. I think it's like something Rhett, the Aussie, the other Aussie from last year's.
I don't recall, but I can tell you that Jenny is good. Jenny is a very, very solid hand, and she's going to be doing some great stuff with NXT. By the way, just jogged my memory, and the one bit of news that was not covered last week that we do need to cover this week is the controversy surrounding Jay Lethal and Taylor Hendricks.
Ooh, yeah. It has not gotten any less complicated, unfortunately.
Yeah, so for those not in the know...
by the way, sorry, it's Rhea Ripley.
Oh,
Rhea Ripley, there we go.
Oh, yeah, she's definitely good. I've seen some of her matches. She's good.
Oh, yeah. And Nicole Matthews is awesome. But we got to move on here, guys. Come on.
Yeah, going to this. So Taylor Hendricks stated that Jay Lethal approached her, said that he was asking for sexual favors, and when she denied him, he essentially buried her and got her kicked off a Ring of Honor. And apparently has her legal team looking into it. And since then, Ring of Honor have also launched their own investigation into this. Of course, Jay Lethal denied all of this, so it'll be interesting to see what's happening. And honestly, I don't know what to say other than if this does turn out to be true, then I am really, really disappointed in Jay Lethal. And especially if they find evidence of this, then they should strip him of the title and fire him and just ban him from the company.
There you go. I mean, this is still alleged, but it's just not getting any better.
That's the legend. I'd rather wait until the investigation is over, honestly.
Although a part of me is like, well, obviously Taylor Hendricks doesn't really have a reason to lie because she already has a really solid career.
But at the same time, we are in the age of Me Too, where there is a precedent for everybody to always believe accusers, and so when you're in that type of area, there are people that are going to probably take advantage of it.
I don't think Taylor Hendricks is that type of person, though. She doesn't really seem like that type of person.
Let's put it this way, T-Dub. We're talking about... We're also in an age where the people will profit into anything, will do anything to fuck over anybody.
I know, but just looking at the situation, it's really hard to tell because Taylor Hendricks...
Everything is hard to tell.
That's the point.
I'm like, I want to see what the fuck is going on before I make a decision. Right now, just, I'm not gonna, because here's the thing, I kind of like Jay Lethal's bid on being the Elite.
So do I, and you notice that since these allegations have come out, he's kind of not on the show.
So I'm like, at this point, dude, I want to wait till the dust settles and everything is like black and white. And right now, that's not the case. Why? Because it's still a shitstorm.
The problem is with these kind of situations, very rarely is it black and white. But
so that's why I'm like, at this point, I'm like, there's situations like the Momokun situation, like the cosplayer situation we talked about last night on RV Talks. There's like moments like that where it's like it's obviously official. Like you can't fuck around with that shit. She's obviously not a good person. I'm like, you look at situations like that, and I'm like, I don't want to say yes or no here. I want to see what happens. I want to see what the fuck the whole situation is. I want to see both sides. The reputation says she's not a liar, but what if she's lying in this one case just to bring some attention to her?
By the way, I will say
which
this.
Unfortunately is something that has happened before.
I will say this. To any website that's only covering Jay Lethal's side, shame on you.
Yeah, fuck you. You gotta cover both sides, guys. Come on. Let's be fair here.
I've seen some websites that they only want to cover like whatever Jay Lethal's saying, and they're not covering what Taylor Hendricks has been putting out there. And I think it's important to try to get as much coverage on this as possible, so that way we know what's going on. And I really hope that Ring of Honor finds some sort of evidence one way or the other.
Yeah.
But the thing is, they may not.
Yeah, that is always the troubling thing about this.
In most cases, there isn't evidence, and unfortunately, it's he said, she said.
And this is the kind of shit that got Enzo Amore fired, and unfortunately, the person calling Wolf here was lying, or at the very least couldn't prove that she was telling the truth, and got someone unrightfully fired. Now, don't get me wrong, Enzo Amore is still a douchebag and still earned his way to getting fired, but the dust settled. He wasn't aware of what was going on, and to his knowledge, he wasn't doing anything wrong, and he got fucked over.
Well, I know we don't have time to talk about it, and I'm not saying I want to, but I just want to ask Matty, did you hear the Stone Cold podcast?
I actually did, and
yeah, I understand why WWE fired him. Like, when you act like that way to the boss, and you show that you don't care about the public part of the situation, yeah, WWE had no choice.
Wait. I didn't listen to the podcast. Fill in the blanks for me.
So basically, because Enzo was talking about how the whole situation went down, when he found out, he first called his lawyer, and then he went straight to Vince McMahon to talk about it to him. And Vince said, this is really bad. We have to take you off Raw because of everything we're doing with the Women's Revolution and everything. And basically, Enzo said, that's bullshit. I'm a good person, and you know it. And I also talked to someone later and says, like, this is... this is your loss, not mine. And when you act like that way to company management...
Yeah, there's a case of, like, Enzo Amore's calling bullshit on this, but at the same time, A, he wasn't aware, and B, you gotta be like, okay, be cooperative.
Yeah,
and like this is
Enzo
a case
doesn't
of...
seem to have... Yeah,
again,
I'm just saying that Enzo doesn't seem to have any sort of self-awareness whatsoever.
Yeah.
Nope.
So this is where I'm like, yeah, you still earned yourself a pink slip there, brother, but let's put it this way. The situation, it turns out to be a case of... This turns out to be a case of the hold on, I got a thought here. This is a case of the tweet was not what got him fired, but the straw that broke the camel back in this case was him snapping back at Vince McMahon.
Exactly.
And you have to earn that position.
You gotta earn getting fucking that up. When you piss off Vinnie Mac for real, there's no turning back, brother. All right, now we got to move on here because we got
Yeah, sorry for taking up a whole hour with this first segment.
Fuck you both for that.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, fuck you, TW. You spoke more than me.
No, just you guys are not helping. We're going to move on. We're going to go to the comments. I'm going to say it's time for emails and comments of the week. You can send them on the Wrestle-Cast@gmail.com. Also, fuck all three of you sending these emails. What you gotta make it so goddamn long?
Okay, first you complained that there's not enough content in the emails. Now it's too much. Is nothing?
I'm like the one week I wanted slow. It's not slow.
Every other week you're like, oh, this show is too slow. We have to stretch out every segment. Now it's like, oh, now every segment's too long. Oh, nothing's good enough for Matty.
Airball Dave Mike Shell, please. Thank you. Anyway.
Well, Matty, if you put the emails in the Skype chat, I'll read them.
Slowly. We're gonna move on. We're gonna go real fast. We're gonna start with Dark Mortimer, who says, meanwhile at work, he's working on his. I'm not gonna read the storyline shit, guys. I'm sorry. Any other week? FTFCC? Fuck the Federal Communications. All right. Knocks off the punching bag before the arm falls out of it. Ah, that's what happens. So he says some guy with his eye stabbed out. He word pig carbon. Who was that? Oh, they kept that Brad Maddox? Oh. All right. Well, at least there's more extreme than Extreme Rules, he says on that little thing. Yeah. All right, let's see. Wrestle-Cast did enjoy Rip commenting the Extreme Rules 2014 edition, and everyone listening to the How I Feel Old, I will not apologize. Extreme Heat kickoff show. Everyone gets wood match. IHOP versus Sanity. Winners, our boys, Sanity. Roberta and now the Extreme Rules, quote unquote, Van Winkle. At least the music, it's from Dead Sarah. Thank you very much for Infamous Second Son. Video game reference, very nice. And by the way, I apologize if I'm running through again. I want to go to sleep. I want to sleep. Steel cage match. A monster in the bank versus one dead Canadian. Really? You gotta rub it in. It's my boy. My guy. 10 bell salute to Kevin for the next night. Oh. So he's calling Braun Strowman to win the steel cage match. Normal match. LGBT's favorite Lego builder versus a hairless wolf. They're calling Baron Corbin to win. United States of Hardy Compound Championship. Brother Nero versus the King of Low Blows. He is calling Jeff Hardy to retain. Another normal match. Clifford, the Big Red Dog versus Walking Armageddon. He's calling Bobby Lashley to win this one. Bold. 30-minute Iron Man Intercontinental Championship. Not shot. He's calling HBK versus Brett. Pardon me. I was doing that WrestleMania 12 here. The boyhood dream has come true for Dolph Ziggler. He's calling Ziggler to retain. Dallas Cowboys Tag Team Championship. Seriously, why the fuck is this main event Extreme Rules if there are going to be more normal matches? You might as well call it AWF The Rules. Match. The Hammer Brothers 64 versus American Hellfire. The former Wyatts to retain thanks to the Miz Kiddies. Angry Kids. Thanks, Miz. Can I just say, like the report is, Miz is at the All-Star game. He's not making the pay-per-view, period. So people are expecting an appearance from the Miz. And like they're gonna have to pack up that plane real quick.
Well, it depends on how late in the card the match is.
Yeah. There's two things about that. One is that the All-Star Game's Tuesday. So how he can't not make it somewhere he's on Sunday to an All-Star Game on Tuesday.
I'm just reading reports that he's not showing up, okay? I am not expecting the Miz to show up this weekend. That's it. I am lowering my expectations, so I'm not disappointed that we don't see him Miz. That's it. If he shows up, I will be surprised, and you can call me on my bullshit. Right now, I'm just not expecting Michael Mizanin to show up at Wrestling Pay-Per-View because of other commitments. That's it. That's all I'm saying.
Got it.
Fair enough. SmackDown Women's Title Shark Tank match. The Empress for the woman whose career wasn't damaged by Enzo or Cass, ironically. Another 10 bell salute to the bookers if Carmella wins in some BS way. There's James Ellsworth in a shark cage. This is custom built for Carmella to escape again. Come on, people. Raw Tag Title: The Leaders of Worlds versus these Dollar Store Deleters of Worlds. Okay, that's a good one. The Woken Fireflies to retain. The Phenomenal One versus Ivan Drago's cousins, sisters, brothers, former roommate, friends, mailman, once removed brother-in-law. Rip. So what does that make them, Robot? I don't know. Winner AJ Styles. You know what, Mortimer? I'm gonna tell you one thing. If you're gonna do Spaceballs right, you gotta do it right. My brother, you are my father's brother's nephew's cousin's former roommate. So what does that make them? Absolutely nothing. Which is what you are about to become. If you're going to bring Spaceballs to me, you got to bring it right, buddy. Good try, though. Have some steak. He's calling AJ Styles to retain, and Extreme finally rules for the Raw Women's Championship. Face heel turn Nia Jax versus Alexa. Watch your back, Bliss. Winner, Alexa. Duh. That's it for this week. Even though New Japan's U.S. title, U.S. still blows Extreme Rules out of the water. Thank you. Before we go, holds up Money in the Bank briefcase while Rip and Roberta stands behind her. Remember, Alexa, I'm always watching from the shadows, from the deepest, darkest parts of your nightmares. I'll get what's rightfully mine, and when I do, society will fall. Roberta goes, run. Next week, where the heck? Oh, he said he was at a convention last week, so we say hi to Tito.
Is it our favorite buddy?
Yepper.
Is it French?
Taco! Yes, it is. I'm back, motherfuckers! He was fun. Hello, Wrestle-Cast, and yes, I'm back from a trip in Paris for one of the biggest geek conventions of the year. Also, you can hear outside. That's what's going on. It's coming home. It's coming home. Football's coming home. Guess we might get the World Cup this Sunday against Croatia. Suck on that, UK. You know, Tito, I know some English fellows who are slightly disappointed that result against Croatia.
I'm assuming they are of the cult variety.
A little bit, and one of them was a little salty on the bus. A friend is a British man. I think I will leave it at that. But yeah, cultaholic, we feel for you. That's every time the Habs are knocked off the playoffs. It sucks. Even worse for you guys, I can imagine. Only 4 years. Oof.
I wouldn't know anything about that.
Okay, shut up, Jersey boy. Ever since Brodeur left, you guys haven't been the same. Let's be honest here. Anywho, I'll not watch Raw SmackDown Live, aka Snooze Fest Mania. Thank you. Especially Raw Lucha Underground. What the fuck did I just watch? Yeah, pretty much. Or NXT. Haven't seen it yet. It was good. Sunday, we'll have a network special about to suffer through to the extreme to watch it. Extreme Rules, since Lesnar is back fighting men in the Octagon, will not show up until SummerSlam, and he's still got his hands on with the Jam belt. Can't wait for Strowman to cash in while pretending to be Duke Lesnar from the future, or him dressed as Sable. That's some solar flare image to look at. Kickoff tables match, Pancake Power versus SmackDown's new punching bags. I'm sorry, I love Sanity, but after their first loss on free TV, I'll never get tired of that. Neither you or Luke Owen. It's certain that they'll get jobbed out to the New Day, or maybe I'm wrong with it. Please give Sanity a win. You are not alone in that Sanity. Smiley Finn versus Baron Von Baldy. No steps, just a feud that was thrown away for reasons. Do you remember the time when Finn Balor was on top of the world? I remember.
So does Petridge Farm.
Yep. U.S. Championship Itchweed with 3 E's, brother. Versus the Big Knacker. Give the belt to Nakamura, damn it. He needs a consolation prize to get a set of matches against AJ Styles. Damn it, Vince. Steel cage match. Shitfield Owens versus Brawny the Strowman. I feel your pain, Matty. Kevin Owens hit the shit shower thanks to Braun Strowman 2 weeks ago. One, why would they have them do this unless it's to make the Vince laugh? It's a shit joke. What do you think? I assume that Kevin is a Smurf, since no one can poop blue shit. This feud is shit, and it's a waste of time for both of them. Braun wins, move on. IC title Iron Man match. Rambo Apocalypse versus Dolphin Zigglepants with Drew McIntyre. The only saving grace outside of WWE title and the SmackDown Live titles. I'm looking forward to this match. Rollins and Ziggler for 30 minutes. Let's fucking do it. My pick, Ziggler retains thanks to interference from either McIntyre or Jason Jordan. Sorry, Rollins. You guys, I'm pretty sure he's technically cleared. SmackDown Live titles. Team Hell No versus the Hammer Brothers. Happy for Team Hell No to be reunited in one more run, but it'll be for putting the Bludgeon Brothers over. And I believe Miz will cost Bryan the match to set their feud at SummerSlam, or maybe not. The Leader Worlds versus Boys for Sale. Boys for Sale. 3 upset victories for the B team, and the Leader Worlds are pissed, although it'd be nice to see Bo Dallas and Curtis Axel win something that lose to Bray and Broken Matt. I believe they might win the title at SummerSlam according to rumors, but it is uncertain. SmackDown title, SmackDown Women's title, Asuka Sama versus Kill. I'm sorry, I don't feel but I don't feel with Carmella being champion and holding the belts for so long, especially with James Ellsworth, who gave Asuka last Tuesday some pepper spray. Carmella is going to retain, isn't she? For Raw Women's title, the Almighty Ass versus Nia Jax. Since we're building Alexa versus Ronda Rousey, Alexa will retain the belt with a distraction, but with the match, might be fun to watch. Bobo Lashley versus the Big Dog. Sorry, Big Dog, but no more of you being the main event of a pay-per-view, which is rumored to be the case. Reigns wins. Screw you, Vince. And no, Reigns will not be cheered if he faces Lesnar again. WWE title, the true main event, Rusev Day versus first phenomenal year. Impressive to see AJ Styles still WB champion for nearly a year, and to think that Rusev is the #1 contender despite that he'll lose the match. It'll certainly be great for both men to give us a match of the night candidate, and yes, Styles to retain. Winners glow for being nominated for an Emmy Award. Suck on that, WWE. He did not get nominated at all.
Ha.
Let me repeat that because that does sound good. Glow being nominated for an Emmy Award. Suck on that, WWE, who did not get nominated for an Emmy at all. That felt good. That felt Bill.
Matty, I have a bit of random news that just popped up into my Twitter feed.
Bill Hicks. I had to do the Bill Hicks there. Go ahead.
Championship Wrestling from Hollywood. You've heard of them, right?
Yeah, I know these guys. They're
having a show cool. July 15th.
Yeah.
You know RJ City, pro wrestler, right?
RJ City, yes. I've heard of them.
Guess who's wrestling?
Nick Aldis?
David Arquette.
What? That's a real thing? Oh my God.
Props to them for getting a former WCW World Heavyweight Champion.
I mean...
What, was the Ric Flair impersonator from Southpaw Wrestling not available?
I mean... It's going to be interesting. That's all I'm going to say. If nothing bad happens, there might be a joint New Japan Ring of Honor show at the MSG called G1 Supercard on April 6, 2019. They announced it. They're going forward with that shit. There is marketing The ending of Lucha Underground, where Kevin Cross showed up as the leader of the Rabbit Tribe. Also, say goodbye to Masquerade Sagata, who got, well, squished. Yep. The newest episode of OSW Review with the first ever Monday Night Raw. Speaking of that episode, Owen, are you blind? Have you noticed that pissed off bad guy charging at you? Oh, God. Yeah, it's like T-Dub, you'll get this. It's like the memory of a Commodore 64. You didn't know until he's like on screen.
Yeah.
But we haven't done this. Hello, Knockers. Happy days are here. Losers, Monday Night Raw. They got the lowest rating in Raw history with 1.73 in TV or 2.3 million viewers. Wow. Way to go, Vince.
I'd like to note that Impact Wrestling's highest rating was a 1.4.
They're inching closer. That's all I could say. Fandango, who got silently with an injury, and Hiromu Takahashi, who suffered a massive injury during a match against Dragon Lee. Speedy recovery to both men. The complete burial of Kevin Owens. Just why? It's out of subject, but the asshole killed one reseller of katanas during the event. Who killed one reseller of katanas during the event I attended last week. And Monday night, the resellers got arrested by 7 fake cops who stole $100,000 of revenue. One of the resellers got shot and sadly died at the hospital. Disgusted, sad, and pain mistake. And I give my prayers to the victim's family and friend. What is up with the people going to conventions and stealing shit?
I don't know.
Come on. That's just sad. Like, we've talked about this in another show, but context is for RV Talks in this case. That's it. Have yourself a good weekend and take care. In the meantime, I'm going to sleep. You go to sleep, my friend. You've earned it. Going to cons and work and stuff. And one more time, one more email, we talk with the Hairball. Somewhere in San Francisco, of the G1 special, Hairball. God damn it, Jay White, what the fuck is your issue? Rip, what? That unscripted table spot, it was scripted. We're not gonna go into that shit. Yeah, fuck you, Jay White. Glad Juice beats your ass. Too tired and pissed to preview everything in detail. So as far as the G1 climax, I hope Big Douches loses like a douche he is. Extreme Rules, yawn. We know Roman's winning. Nakamura should be WB champion right now, and all you jabronis know it. And Billet Club got murdered. Dard, and D-A-R-E-D, capital letters. Winners, JR hope you heal and recover. That's for sure. The shoot that was did some cosplay. The shoot that did some did do cosplay or more or less ECW stars. Nakamura was on point. Nakamura as Sabu. Beauty. Losers, Jay White. Fuck you. Douche. There you go.
My favorite was Biggie as Joe. I
Joel.
make Mickey Mouse's pussy wet, Dirtner.
Ladies and gentlemen, Ross Twiddell of Cult Hawk and I have one thing in common. We need Big E doing dirty limericks.
Well, here's
Joel
the thing.
Gertner style.
Here's the thing. If WWE is going for their plans to have, like, bring back shows like Starrcade and Halloween Havoc, well, for Halloween Havoc, they can usually have New Day do this sort of cosplay stuff.
Ooh. Xavier Woods and Kofi Kingston as the Dudleys. Big E as Joel Gertner. Come on.
Perfect.
And
The
yeah, we should
segments-
probably acknowledge that they're bringing back, they're thinking of bringing back WCW concepts. I am in on Halloween Havoc coming back. I am in on that.
And the best thing about this is that the more you bring back here, then the less gimmick pay-per-views you have. Like, you could replace, like, Extreme Rules with Bash at the Beach. You could replace Hell in a Cell with Halloween Havoc. You replace TLC with Starrcade. See? And then now you don't have to have these gimmick pay-per-views.
And they're still gimmicky because it's got a gimmicky name.
And you can have like cool sets.
Well,
what was the problem with Armageddon?
there wasn't wrong. I think it was more of an Attitude Era gimmick more than anything else.
Well, Armageddon started in like 99 and went until 2009, I think. So
2008, 2009, yeah.
I'm saying they could bring it back.
They could, but I'm a WCW guy, so Starrcade would make my day.
I think it'd be better than just doing it as a live show, fuck's sake. And Mike, they did bring back War Games. NXT War Games. So
Yeah, they did. And it was awesome.
And it was awesome.
Thank you, Cassius Ohno!
What?
He said on Twitter, just to be clear, you guys know it's rolling elbow and not roaring, right? Good. That's what I hoped. Thank you. I've been saying that for years.
So it's a rolling elbow?
Yeah, one of Kazuya Ohno's signature moves, which he borrowed from Mitsuharu Misawa, is the rolling elbow.
Ah.
Didn't he put that tweet out like weeks ago?
No, but he just, let's see, that was actually from 2012. And then he just tweeted 24 minutes ago, just another yearly reminder, yes, roaring sounds cool, but it is, in fact, a rolling elbow.
There you go. Just refreshed. That's what it was. Those were emails and comments of the week. You can send them at thewrestlecast@gmail.com. By the way, we'll be back with the not Extreme Rules 2018 preview. We'll be right back. Also, I'm going to keep that for losers. We'll be right back. Don't go far.
And now a word from our sponsors.
A new Fire Pro Wrestling game, huh? I got this.
Kenny Omega's starting out strong. An elbow to the face. Omega won't take this sitting down. And a low blow. He'll be feeling that tomorrow. This can't be good. It looks like a devastating pile driver.
Not like this.
Is this lights out for Omega?
Kenny!
But wait.
Gotcha!
Kota Ibushi's at the ropes.
Gotcha!
Begging Kenny to tag him in. Turn your living room into a ring with Fire Pro Wrestling World. Fight alongside and against your favorite New Japan Pro Wrestling talent in the all-new Scenario Mode. Edit custom wrestlers, title belts, and more to book your dream match. Then, share your creations online and battle with players from around the globe.
Golden Trigger!
Who do you have in your corner?
Tag a friend, and we'll see you in the ring.
Fire Pro Wrestling World, available August 28th.
This is WMOB Mobile, 12 on your channel dial and 12 in the TV ratings.
Philadelphia, don't be played for fools! There's only one wrestling promotion that is truly raw! There's only one wrestling promotion that's hotter than a stick of TNT Nitro! There's only one wrestling promotion that is the rudest, the lewdest, the crudest, the most insane, the most severe, the hottest form of sports entertainment legal in the United States today! There's only one wrestling promotion that truly takes it to the extreme, and there's only one wrestling promotion that is Philadelphia's hometown wrestling promotion, ECW, Philadelphia's homemade, hometown, home team, ECW, Philadelphia's wrestling promotion. On the floor, gonna get up, get down.
Back around the Wrestle-Cast on twitch.tv/RVT Entertainment, of course, on the BrokenInfinite.com. We're back there. We've been there for a couple of weeks now. We're back. The site's back anyway. Matty TWK, Menace Leonhart on the call with you. And I got beef with Kazuchika Okada's fucking hair, but we'll get that in the losers. What do you mean his
I think
hair?
it looks nice. I like it.
Wait. Matty, before since we're reviewing, not
previewing Extreme Rules, yes.
Yes. I thought I'd do something extreme to just for fun. So I'm going to try these bacon-flavored seaweed snacks.
That's not extreme. But then again, neither is the pay-per-view. Oh!
Okay.
Fake laugh, but you know it's true. Anyway,
I actually have this.
Let's do a live Let's Try. While you do that, I will tell you that Extreme Rules is bacon-flavored seaweed. What you got?
Bacon-flavored seaweed. What? Yeah. Okay, then.
While Mattis eats that and takes his time to try that, we'll tell you that Extreme Rules is coming from the PPG Paints Arena in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. It's Extreme Rules. Heaven's Got a Back Door is a theme song by Dead Sarah. It is a good theme song, to be fair. I just could not find an 8-bit version of that, sadly. But, and Peter Waters, why did you play Pac-Man Fever? Because it makes as much sense as an Extreme Rules pay-per-view with no Extreme Rules matches. Or the lack thereof.
Fever. I got Pac-Man Fever.
So that's interesting.
So, what'd you think of the taste?
It tastes like seaweed.
No hint of bacon?
With a hint of bacon.
Wow.
I've honestly never eaten seaweed before.
The smokiness of bacon is in there, but yeah, it still tastes like seaweed. And I like seaweed snacks. There's nothing wrong with seaweed snacks.
I've never even tried seaweed, so I wouldn't know what that tastes like.
They're very healthy. They're low carbs. Like, do you eat sushi?
No, I've never had sushi.
You've never had sushi?
I've never been to a sushi restaurant. That's just never a thing I've been to.
There's no, Chinese place that, does sushi?
Well, there are Chinese places, but I always thought sushi was more Japanese.
Yeah, but there are Chinese...
Let's not... Okay, yeah. Let's move on. Come on, guys.
Yeah, this is about to be like a 10-minute conversation.
Yeah, this is one of those. Move along. That's a riff down conversation. We shall tell you that Andrade Cien Almas is in the pre-show. He's taking on Sin Cara because fuck your NXT call-ups, apparently.
No, this is going to be a good match because they tore it down on SmackDown this week.
Oh, yeah, they did.
They did. Still, why the pre-show? And come on, man. It's Andrade Cien Almas.
It was added last minute, and you know what? Anything that gets people watching the pre-show,
At the very least, there are no title matches on the pre-show this time.
Yes.
All right. That being said, New Day will take on Sanity in a tables match. That's in a pre-show. Table match, an Extreme Rules match, not on the actual card.
Killian Dane's gonna kill a motherfucker.
He better.
He goddamn well better kill a motherfucker.
With another motherfucker.
Fucking A!
He needs to pick up Xavier Woods and just throw him at Big E.
Wait, Xavier Woods is a motherfucker?
It's your old joke. I'm gonna hit a motherfucker with another motherfucker.
Okay.
It's
just the way T-Dub said it didn't sound right.
Or if you're a fan of Ninja Sex Party, he'll stab a guy with another guy.
That being said, the card proper starts with... I don't know where to go with this one, so I'm going to go bottom up. Braun Strowman taking on Kevin Owens in the side of a steel cage match. I feel sad in my head place. Because this is going to keep Braun Strowman strong, and it's going to kill Kevin Owens again.
Yeah, it's good that Strowman's going to look strong, but kind of sucks that it's going to be at the expense of Mr. Owens.
Yeah.
I'm calling actually my first upset of the night.
What you calling?
I'm calling Kevin Owens to win by escape. To prove to Braun... Because I actually like this storyline of, Kevin trying to get. I thought they told a great story so far with Kevin and Braun, personally. And just Braun being an ass. So I think if you have Kevin win by escaping while he's like trying to go over the top of the cage or something, it could do something storyline wise. But like I'm calling upset Kevin Owens.
Well, it wouldn't surprise me. This is WWE.
All right.
Well, you have a problem with Kevin Owens winning, T-Dub?
It's just that, to me, Strowman should win.
Yeah, I'm with T-Dub on this one. It's like, that's why I feel bad, because I don't want Owens to lose either. But here's the thing. They got into this mindset of the holder of the Money in the Bank should always lose, which is bullshit. Especially for Braun Strowman.
Well, what if he loses because he throws Kevin Owens through the ring and through
It's
the cage?
still a loss, so bullshit. It's still a loss. You need to keep him strong, and yes, there are other ways, but in this case, I'm sick of the fucking trope of the Money in the Bank holder is always loser. Fuck that shit. I'm sick of it. Period. Next up.
Who can lose?
Let's move on here. Move on. Finn Balor versus Baron Corbin. Singles match. Why? Probably, I'd say keep Baron Corbin needs a win for the heel heat. That's what I would say.
Yeah, he's probably going to win.
Mm-hmm.
I'm calling Finn Balor.
All righty then.
Fair enough. That's still a fair assumption. Jeff Hardy, Shinsuke Nakamura, United States Heavyweight Champ. Mr. Hardy is the current champ. I would say keep the belt on Hardy, but at the same time, Nakamura needs a belt.
I think that with Jeff Hardy racking up some recent wins on SmackDown, he could lose the title here easily. That and his star power is so huge, a loss here wouldn't do anything against him.
It wouldn't do too much to kill anything. So yeah.
And the other thing is because of his recent back injury,
that's very true. He's still working. He's still nursing that bad injury. He could use a couple of days off.
Yeah, so like you put the belt on Nakamura, you can have him heal that back or do what he needs to do, even if maybe it's another month or whatever, and you can put him right back in that scene. But yeah, and also Nakamura needs a belt. So yeah, I'm calling Nakamura.
I think it's win-win. Put the belt on Nakamura. He gets a championship, and he a badly needed win. And Jeff Hardy can take a couple of weeks off to nurse that back to health. I'm willing to bet it's not that big a deal. He just needs some time off just to relax for a couple of days.
Yep.
They got Roman Reigns versus Bobby Lashley on Wikipedia, so we may as well go over it. I'm going to go against the grain. I'm going to go Bobby Lashley on this one.
You're going to go Babo Lasho.
Babo Lasho. I think he needs more of a win than Roman Reigns. Again, kind of the same way of a Jeff Hardy, the way WB builds it. And at this point, they're not going to care if Roman wins or lose.
Let me just look at Vince McMahon's wet journal, and it says Roman Reigns. So yeah, that's what I'm going with.
This is actually a toss-up for me. I don't know who's winning. Too close to call for me. I do have a prediction, though, and that is that this is going to be one of the top 3 best matches of the night.
And yet the crowd's not going to fucking care.
I don't care. It's still going to be one of the top 3 matches.
And I don't care. Crowd's going to shit on it because it's Roman Reigns.
Okay. It's still going to be one of the top 3 matches. You can try to hate on it all you want.
I'm not going to hate on the match. I'm just going to hate on the fact that WB still wants to push the shit out. Roman Reigns wants just flat out. Hasn't worked. Again, going to that argument we had a couple of weeks ago. If WWE don't care, don't expect the fans to care. But that's beyond the point. I'm calling Bobby Lashley because it'd be something different. We could use some different, especially after that shit show of a pay-per-view last time. Dolph Ziggler, Seth Rollins, 30-minute Iron Man match for the Intercontinental Championship. Drew McIntyre's HBK lackey. Dolph Ziggler. What am I saying? Dolph Ziggler's the current champion.
Yeah, Ziggler is defending against Seth Rollins. I'm expecting Ziggler to retain.
Yeah, with McIntyre a proven commodity at ringside, he's going to be there at ringside. I'm calling Ziggles to retain.
I'm calling Seth Rollins retain, and then the next night on Raw, he's going to come out and declare himself the greatest Intercontinental Champion ever, and then all of a sudden, a countdown clock is going to appear, and Chris Jericho is going to come.
It's not going to happen. He's going with Fozzy.
I'm also an Intercontinental Champion.
Not gonna happen.
You will not crush this dream, Matty.
I will crush it and I'll bring you back down to reality until it give me an actual fucking pick.
I actually do believe Seth Rollins is going to win it back.
Okay, fair enough. Bludgeon Brothers, Team Hell No, SmackDown tag titles. Bludgeon Bros are the tag champs. And I expect them to retain the tag team championship. I don't know about you guys. I don't feel anything with Team Hell No this time around. I'm not getting it.
This one's actually a little tough because on one hand, Bludgeon Brothers are on a roll, but on the other hand, maybe they want to keep Daniel Bryan around. So I guess we'll see. I'm gonna go personally with I'll go Team Hell No.
All right.
Well, it's actually interesting because there's a lot of reports like whatever happens with the mass shows, what they're thinking is going to happen with Daniel Bryan's contract negotiation. Like if Miz interferes, which he possibly can, and they do the Miz match at SummerSlam, maybe they don't have faith in it. They could also do Kane cost them the match, and Kane and Bryan. But I don't think anybody's looking at the option of Team Hell No winning and using them in the tag division, and then you could have something like Team Hell No versus The Bar at SummerSlam.
Here's the thing, though. The thing that would be a great match, number one. But here's the thing: the idea, if Bryan's leaving, they want to offload Miz versus Daniel Bryan as quickly as possible. I would say that would be slightly impossible.
Sure, no, I understand that, but that's what I'm saying. Like, if they have him win the title, that shows you that maybe he's going to be sticking around after the contract.
Which I think that's obvious. If that does happen, obviously Bryan has signed some kind of an agreement, or at least is on terms. They're just working out the paperwork.
Yeah, and I think he is staying. So I'm picking Team Hell No to actually win.
Personally, I would say Bludgeon Brothers to win. If Miz interferes, I'd say it'd be a Titantron, or his money hits, his music hits, the Tron lights up, he doesn't show up, but then next night on the night on Tuesday night on SmackDown, he explains, I don't have to show up. I got the money. I'm a Hollywood A-lister.
Well, he wouldn't.
I paid for them I paid WB a truckload of money just so they could hit that music at the precise time so I could fuck you over.
Well, he wouldn't show up on SmackDown on Tuesday because, again, he'll be at the All-Star game.
Again, it could be a phone promo. They could pull these off,
I understand.
Like I said, there are many ways around. There are many ways around. I'm not saying he's not going to show up. I'm just saying
that they must be investing in Daniel Bryan because he's the first wrestler to get pyro.
That's very true. In a long while.
Yeah. It's been a while since anyone's had pyro on Raw or SmackDown. Yeah, it's been a while since anyone had pyro on Raw or SmackDown, and the person to get it of all people was Daniel Bryan, which is pretty cool.
Yeah.
Next up, Carmella takes on Asuka for the SmackDown Women's Championship. James Ellsworth will be suspended in a shark cage way above the ring.
Yeah, he's still gonna interfere, but I really hope Asuka wins. Put belt on Asuka. Do it,
please.
I really hope Asuka wins, but we all know that somehow. I almost called him Enzo.
God damn it.
Ellsworth is going to interfere. We know it's going to happen.
I just hope that.
Though I wouldn't be surprised if they pull the same stunt that Enzo pulled in NXT. Oh, no, it wasn't NXT. That was on the main roster.
Yep, it was Big Show versus Cass.
Yeah. I'm sorry. Big ass. I'm calling Carmella to retain because shenanigans, because Vince McMahon doesn't like to put it on people who don't look pretty. It's bullshit, but that's Vince McMahon for you.
Asuka is plenty of praise. Did you not see her as Blue Meanie?
She is amazing. She is mighty pretty as Blue Meanie.
And also that World Cup picture she took, awesome.
That was beautiful. Next up, Matt Hardy, Bray Wyatt taking on the B Team, Bo Dallas and Curtis Axel, Raw Tag Team Championship. The Deleters of Worlds are your current tag champs.
Another hard one for me to call. So let's see. I'm actually going to go with the Deleters.
Logic says Deleters retain. That's where I'm going.
Well, which ones? The Deleter of Worlds or the $1 Deleter of Worlds?
The actual Deleters of Worlds. It's the B Team, brother. Get it right.
I'm going with the Deleters of Worlds as well. So, but I was actually watching the interview with Gangrel earlier this week, and it made me realize, it would be a cool tag team match: the Deleters of Worlds versus Gangrel and Kevin Thorne.
I'm going to move on.
What about Gangrel and Kevin Thorne?
Yeah.
What?
What about Gangrel and Kevin Thorne?
Like the Deleters of World versus Gangrel and Kevin Thorne.
Okay.
Not going to happen, but that would be a dream match. And next up, AJ Styles versus Rusev, WWE Championship. AJ Styles, current champ. I don't expect him. I mean, unless they want to put the belt on Rusev and pull like a Jinder Mahal. Which, it'd be a mighty impressive Rusev day that day. But I am expecting AJ Styles to retain here. Hello.
Let's see. I would love to see Rusev win.
Yeah.
That would be nice.
It'd be something.
Nice, a nice little Rusev Day miracle. Well, we all know it's not going to happen, especially since, according to those in the know, apparently there has been not much of any campaigning to make this the main event.
Well, I have something set up, Matty.
What do you have?
I think when the 3 count or tap out happens, whichever, and the bell rings, this song will be playing.
What will be playing?
Can you hear it?
I cannot hear it. No, we can't hear it.
Damn it. I was trying to play Sexy Brute.
Oh, God. Hold on. If we're going to do if you're going to hit... I got a Rusev Day bun for that, right? You mean this?
It's the Rusev Day. Rusev Day. Yeah, it's my day. It's my day. Today is Rusev Day. Rusev Day. I'm Machka every day. Machka.
Thank you,
go.
Matty. Yep, I'm calling Rusev to win.
All right. I have to call AJ Styles because logically, why would you put the belt on Rusev unless you want to do something stupid? But that's just me. And finally, it's not particularly the main event, but it's what's up there. The Raw Women's Championship, Alexa Bliss versus Nia Jax. It is an Extreme Rules match for that particular matchup.
Well, let's give props for having a women's match be the main event, possibly.
I mean, it's not technically diverted as a main event. It's just what it shows up on Wikipedia right now.
Although
Things
if this
could
is the main
obviously
event,
change.
if this is the main event, I don't know what I'm less excited for. Nia Jax versus Alexa Bliss for the millionth time, or Roman Reigns versus Bobby Lashley.
That's a tough one. That's a tough one, actually. Ooh.
Well, it's going to be interesting because, of course, Ronda Rousey will be in the front row.
Because, duh.
All I know is that Alexa Bliss and Nia Jax are probably not going to have a good match because they have yet to have a good match.
Well, it may be different now that weapons are involved.
We'll see.
We'll see.
That.
I mean, at this point, I ain't watching. I'm probably going to be doing Joker riffs like I usually do, so.
Yeah, and you'll probably just watch it later on the network.
More than likely.
Yeah, just be like, all right, took riffs over. Let me just start from the beginning of the network and skip past all the bullshit.
Pretty much. That's the pay-per-view. We hope you try to enjoy it. Let's do winners and losers. I know I cut you off, but I'm trying to get this done before watched at midnight. Okay, moving on. Winners and losers. Madness, you kick us off. Losers, please.
Losers. I mean, I think I've said all my losers in the first segment.
I think the short version will be appreciated for those who just joined in there.
So I have Jay White and then New Japan and Access TV for the unprofessionalism that I mentioned earlier that involved getting JR injured. That's really my only loser that I really have for the week.
All right, T-Dub.
Yes, my losers? Okay. My losers this week is none other than
Hurry it up.
Monday Night Raw.
All right, fair enough.
Because googly moogly, that is some low ratings, and it's not. This isn't just some coincidence.
Believe me, they earned that low fucking rating. Oh.
Yeah, you said you wanted Mike Shell to confirm something with you?
Yeah, Mike, you confirm this. Can you confirm that I asked the following question? Guys, why don't we watch this every week?
Because some weeks it's good. Like the week before.
No, the week before was just about as bad.
And when it's bad, 3 hours of bad is just the worst.
It was a rough sit.
This is why I never watch Raw live. It's always on DVR, so I just skip past everything. And yep, he confirms that you did ask that question.
There it is, right there. He said, yes, you did. See? I tell you. I tell you the truth. It ain't always the truth, but I tell you the truth. No, I'm kidding. For me, losers, I was going to give it to Okada I'm like, he's having... I am going to give it to Okada, but not because of this particular main, though. First off, no, he's not because of that red fucking hair. It's not bad looking. Fucker, why'd you do your theme song?
Oh, yeah, I'm not the biggest fan of the current remix of the Rainmaker theme.
Me neither. Wow, that is just...
I hope that's just temporary. Because he has a lot of remixes. He's got 5 or 6 of them.
Yeah, and the one he used before he lost the championship was just right.
I think there was something weird going on with all the songs that were played during the G1.
I mean, Minoru Suzuki's song was changed up, but it wasn't a bad version of this currency. I think they just wanted to change it up to try to get some heel heat out of it, which is fine, which makes sense. But Okada didn't need to necessarily change his theme song, you know?
I hope it's really temporary. They go back to the previous version, which is just perfect. It's absolutely perfect. Do not change that whatsoever.
Don't fuck with what works. That's all I'm going to say there. Beyond that, I got to give it to Access TV. New Japan doesn't get a loser specifically because New Japan's wrestling was good. I don't care how sloppy you think it was. They had a good night. It looked sloppy because of Access TV's bullshit. And I was going to give it to Josh Barnett and Jim Ross, but under the circumstances, and if we're grading on a curve here, they did better than the last time they did their jobs. In fairness. Was it still shit? Yeah, it still kind of was. But it was more tolerable than the last time. And that's all I'm going to say there. And once injuries and stuff happened, they got a little bit more passionate, which... lit up a little bit, I guess you could say. But again, their lack of knowledge is obvious, unfortunately. What happened to Don and Kevin Kelly, guys? Come on. I don't care if Mark Cuban wants Jim Ross. Jim Ross just likes to watch the wrestling and talk about it. He is not a color commentator anymore. That being said, also Monday Night Raw, fuck you. I want those 3 hours back, damn it. Let's do winners.
Thankfully for me, it only lasted an hour and a half.
And yet, I bet you still want those 90 minutes back. Don't lie. You want them 90 minutes back.
The main event though was good. The main event was good.
Main event notwithstanding, that was a good main event, but it was you had to sit through a chore to get to that main event. Not exactly worth the previous 2.5, if you ask me. Mattis, let's do winners. What do you got for the winners department?
First of all, Hiromu Takahashi. I think that should be a given.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Number 2, 205 Live, which continues to be possibly challenging NXT for the best wrestling show on the WWE Network. And it's damn good. And if you're not watching 205 Live, what the hell are you doing? And then I have 2 sort of non-wrestling winners. One that I just found out, apparently the 3rd DLC character for Final Fantasy NT has been announced, and it's for Nona Hartley from Final Fantasy VIII.
Oh yeah, that's one of the that's like one of the main leads.
Yeah,
her and Squall.
My favorite video game couple of all time. From my favorite Final Fantasy of all time. I'm happy in my head place.
We all know that the best couple in any video game.
Shut up, T-Dub.
We're gonna move on.
And my 4th winner, lastly,
we're gonna move on, T-Dub.
My winners and the best couple in any video game is Sora and Riku. There you go. Anyways, my winners for wrestling is I have to usually give it to fucking Bullet Club for once again having this really engaging storyline with them.
If nothing else, you're not wrong.
Actually gives a winner to the Fred Rogers documentary.
Yeah, won't you be in my? I want to see that. I think it is showing at 1 or 2 theaters here in town. I might go see it. I just don't know if I'll be able to go see it.
I don't want to cry for 30 hours.
Anyway, moving on along.
Matty, because I did have one more winner, and I'll say it real quick. They put Peter Parker and Mary Jane back together in the comics.
That's not wrestling. We're going to move on. My winners. Wrestling, and I want to keep it under 2 hours, please. Thank you. Moving on. Winners. G1 special, the Cow Palace rocked. And they got great trio. They got some great matchups. Jeff Cobb specifically had a great outing, I think. Young Bucks, obviously, I don't care how sloppy you thought it was still a good fucking match. The main event, Cody versus Kenny. Golf clap. Juice Robinson, congratulations. And obviously, Hiromu Takahashi, it goes without saying, finishing up that match with a probable broken neck, but with just a heavy injury. Rest, Hiromu. You've earned it.
Not to mention that match with him and Dragon Lee, despite the injury, was probably the best match of the night.
I would argue Jay White versus Juice Robinson, but I will not disagree. That was still a great match, in spite of the injury. Yeah. What the hell is Haku's problem? I'll tell you, he's killing motherfuckers in the ring. And that was good. Tamatonga Tongaloa Haku. Props to you. I hope your new faction goes well. Whatever the name is. Probably Firing Squad, but let's see. That being said, we're done here. Before we do anything else, Mattis, you got 30 seconds to plug your shit. Do it.
So, check me out on YouTube at Mattis Leonhart, aka also the Absolution Network. I have new videos, including a brand new relaunched Tom's Prerogative. Episode 1 covers the review of Space Jam. Check it out. You can also find it at www.an.132productions.com.
Tina, we got a new video coming out.
Yeah, actually, it is. I released it earlier this week.
Yeah.
It's my review of Fire Pro Wrestling for the Xbox 360.
Not the Fire Pro Wrestling World that's lighting the world on fire. The bad one. The decidedly bad one.
Yeah. So if you want to see how bad it is, go check it out.
And as far as where we're concerned, we got a couple of shows for you this week. We got the Saturday Helms with Tony Helms and the crew doing more stuff and things at 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Sunday, Toku Refs Live. We're back with one more before Metricon for the Shades. He's going to Metricon next week, so we will not have a Toku Refs Live next week, but we will be having one this week with a regular schedule of Lupin Ranger vs. Patra Ranger, Kamen Rider Build, Gavon, and Hurricane Ranger doing that regular stuff as well. Monday, no Shades plays because he's taking some time off for that. Tuesday, Ref Down, TWK and the crew, more of SmackDown Live goodness. Or at least your commentary is better than their commentary, except for Corey Grace, who has a new shirt. Winner goes to him for that one. Shut up, Saxton.
If I would support WWE, I would buy that shirt.
You know what? I don't care if it supports WWE. I want to buy that shirt. Why? Shut up, Saxton. That's why.
I want to, but the company has not earned my money yet.
Not even to tell Saxton to shut the fuck up?
I'm sorry, I just can't. I mean, I'd rather spend my money on like local wrestling companies or New Japan or Ring of Honor, something like that.
It's very true. Wednesday, here's what's going on. There is no TRPG show. We're not doing Second City because Mother the Monk, the Shades, Lady K are all in downtown Tampa for Metricon.
I miss Metricon.
They're going to be there. So instead, I have ported myself, volunteered to do a Let's Play of Super Mario Brothers 3 randomized. I've been doing some commentary of the randomizer weekly races in the tournament previously. And I love that Mike Shell's like, you're by wrong, you're by wrong, by wrong.
No, you're by wrong, you're by wrong.
Ah, okay.
It's Ross.
Ah. Oh, new gimmick, I'm assuming.
No, he's been doing it for a few weeks, at least.
Well, new-ish, considering. So I was saying, I'm doing Super Mario Brothers 3 randomized for the first time live. I've actually downloaded the thing that turns your ROM into an actual randomized ROM. And for those wondering, yes, I have the actual video game. You are allowed to have a ROM downloaded as long as you have the actual thing. Meh. That being said, that'll be 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time for that. And Never and Gale, why are you daving T-Dub?
I don't get it. I'm just plugging my new video.
That's his new video.
I think it's decent.
I don't see what T-Dub did to earn a Dave here. Thursday, we are doing we're not doing a Ranger recap because Shades will be gone. I don't know what we're going to be doing, to be fair. But keep in touch. We'll tell you what's going on. Of course, we'll be back next Friday with another edition of the Wrestle-Cast where we review Extreme Rules and whatever the fuck happened there. For not letting me have fun? Oh, from the beginning of the show. A little late for that one. There, dude. That being said, we'll be back here with another episode and all that good stuff. We thank you. Otherwise, of course, if you're on Twitch, hit us that follow. Hit that subscribe. We always appreciate the subscription. Believe you me. That being said, we thank you very much for tuning in and all that good stuff. On behalf of Madison Leonhart,
the most glorious two that ever lived, and your wrestling messiah.
And of course, TWK.
Until next time, this is TWK on TWK Reviews. Still need to work your gimmick!
My name's Matty Jeremy. My help professional wrestling supports your independent promotion. As soon as possible, I will be at G-Anime at the Palais des Congrès in Gatineau, Quebec. It's downtown hall. If you're in Ottawa, it's literally take any OC Transpo bus that goes like nearby. There's a couple of them, or just take an STO bus. Anything that just gets out of town will take you there real quick. Have a good one. Have a safe one. I'll be dressed as Hunk. It'll be kind of hard to miss. Have a good one. Have a safe one. We will talk to you later. Bye-bye, everybody. Bye.
Okay, folks, you just saw right there, things got very heated and tense inside the studio arena here, and I want to talk to the NWA World Champion, Nick Aldis. Come on over. You know, in that whole mess that happened out there, you didn't have an opportunity to read this. Would you like to see it?
I don't even want to be the first one to know who my next confirmed opponent is. Why don't you do the honors?
Okay, well, I'll open this up and see who this person is. Huh. Are you sure you don't want to know what this is? Here, take a look.
I should have seen this coming. Oh. Looks like Billy and Ring of Honor played Cody and I for fools. Because it says here that I'm defending the NWA World's Heavyweight Wrestling Championship against Flip Gordon.